The Israeli hills awaken as dawn breaks, a serene panorama unfolding beneath a soft, golden light. Mist veils the valleys, concealing secrets as the sun's rays paint the landscape with hues of gold. On the horizon, a menacing presence looms. The Philistine army gathers, casting a shadow over the tranquil hills. The Israelite soldiers appear tense and weary, their faces etched with longing for peace as they face the impending conflict. In the Philistine camp, Goliath appears as a giant, clad in armor, every muscle tense with scorn. His towering presence casts a shadow of dread over the Israelite soldiers, who huddle in fear. Goliath unleashes a taunt, his voice a thunderous wave crashing over the battlefield. Arrogance etches itself onto Goliath's face as he mocks the silent, trembling ranks. Far away from the clamor of the battlefield, young David watches over his father's flock on the sun-kissed Bethlehem hills. Bathed in soft golden light, a picture of pastoral serenity, the hills offer a glimpse into David's courageous past. His watchful eyes scan the horizon, ensuring the safety of his sheep in this idyllic landscape. David's presence exudes a quiet strength, a guardian of peace in the tranquil hills. Beneath the relentless sun, David trudges along a dusty road to return home, each footstep stirring small clouds of earth. In the quiet village of Bethlehem, Jesse entrusts his youngest son with an important task, unaware that this journey would set the stage for a destiny beyond imagination. Take this ephah of roasted grain and these 10 loaves of bread to your brothers and hurry to their camp. And these 10 cheeses for the commander of their unit. See how your brothers are and bring back some assurance from them. With clear instructions in hand, David prepared to leave the familiarity of home. Each loaf and cheese carried care, hope, and a step toward David's destiny to inspire nations. The dusty road leads to the Israelite army camp. Tents stand clustered as soldiers move about in the sun. As David draws nearer, the emotional weight of the situation becomes palpable, a heavy silence descending. Fear etches deep lines on the faces of the soldiers, their shoulders slumped under the burden of apprehension. The air is thick with unspoken dread, each breath heavy with the anticipation of battle. Under the harsh sun, an army camp buzzes with activity, a stark display of military readiness. Eliab sees David approach. Eliab's brow furrows in disdain, his arms crossed in dismissal. David stands firm, his eyes blazing with purpose, a boy confronting a man. Sunlight slices through the tension, casting sharp shadows that amplify their contrasting stances. The air crackles with unspoken words, their sibling rivalry laid bare under the unforgiving sky. After hearing Goliath's taunts echo across the valley, David sets his resolve and proceeds to meet King Saul, seeking permission to face the giant. Inside the grand palace, David stands before King Saul, a small figure against the vast hall. Sunlight streams through the tall windows, spotlighting David as he begins his tale. David recounts his heroic victories over the lion and the bear. King Saul listens from his throne, his expression skeptical as he assesses the young man before him. As David continues, a subtle shift crosses King Saul's face, disbelief slowly fading. Saul's doubt gives way to a burgeoning belief, captivated by David's unwavering conviction. With the king's permission, David goes by the stream, selecting stones, focused, and ready for the challenge. He trusted in God's protection, forsaking the king's armor. His brow furrows as he sifts through the stones, seeking perfection in the stream's bed. 5 stones, smooth and round, are chosen with care, each carrying the weight of destiny. David's gaze lifts from the water, his face now set with unwavering resolve. In the Valley of Elah, the imposing figure of Goliath mocks the approaching David, his arrogant laughter filling the tense air. Goliath bellows, "Am I a dog that you come at me with sticks? I will give your flesh to the birds and wild animals." David stood firm and replied, "You come against me with sword and spear, but I come in the name of the Lord Almighty. Today, he will deliver you into my hands." Dust swirls around the soldiers, their faces etched with worry as they watch the impending clash. The valley holds its breath, the distance between David and Goliath emphasizing the daunting odds. David races toward Goliath, his sling a blur of motion as he prepares to strike. The stone flies true, finding its mark with deadly precision on Goliath's forehead. The impact ripples across Goliath's brow as the stone sinks into his flesh. Goliath staggers, his immense form crashing to the earth in a cloud of dust and defeat. Goliath crashed to the ground, unable to rise. The giant was defeated, and David's faith triumphed. David stands tall and victorious as the Israelite soldiers erupt in cheers and the Philistines scatter in terror. Bathed in the golden glow of the setting sun, David's face is resolute and triumphant. The Philistine army flees in panic, abandoning their banners and weapons as chaos ripples through their ranks. The Israelites press forward, their courage renewed, turning the tide into a resounding victory. David stands at the center, small but triumphant, the hero whose faith and courage led Israel to victory. Word of David's bravery spreads, reaching King Saul, whose eyes are drawn to the young shepherd, now celebrated as a hero. Faith and courage can overcome fear. True strength comes from trusting God, not size or might. Be brave like David today. Join us for epic Bible stories. Thank you for watching. This is Bliss of Faith.